Good morning, everybody. It is September 30th, 29th. I don't know. Let's look. September 29th. And I got the hankering for some crappie. So I'm going to go over here to this pond in our neighborhood and show you how I use my fish finder to find crappie and how I catch them. Hopefully. If not, it'll be how I waste 2 hours of my day. I had a whole bunch of footage shot on the Hobie Mirage Lynx, the walkthrough videos, blah, 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 blah. And when I went to upload it to the computer last night to start working on editing it, the SD card was corrupted and I lost every bit of it. So, I'm gonna start again. This is how quick after putting the kids on the bus I'm going. I loaded the kayak while I was waiting on the bus with the kids. So hopefully we'll catch some fish, but we'll see how this goes. Alright guys, this is my Hobie Lynx. I've done an in-depth video but had to delete it because it was corrupted. So here we are again. Ultralight with the seat, the drive, and the rudder. It weighs 61 pounds. Without all that stuff, it's down in the 40s. I rig it with a Garmin Striker 4 fish finder so I can see the depth of where I'm at, mostly in fine bait fish. I've got a juice box battery down there to power everything. Hobie H crate that carries all my tackle. Usually I have a soft cooler that rides right here behind my seat, but I couldn't find it this morning. It's probably in the garage somewhere. So I had to use this one up front. I don't like doing that, but it works. I keep a fatty stand-up rope right here. Helps me stand up. If I need to tie it off, whatever, it's there. Use it for all kinds of stuff. Can flip the kayak over if it gets flipped and I'm under it. The Mirage Drive 180. So forward and reverse with kick-up fins. So if you're going and you hit something, they'll kick up out of the way and then pop back into place. Awesome feature, love it. For those of you that don't know, Hobies, they've got a paddle, but that's your primary means of propulsion. Right there's your feet. Awesome system, awesome seat. Here's the control for the rudder. So your steering moves that's usually flopped down in the water. So you got your steering, your power. Of course you got a paddle. That is the only thing I don't like about this kayak. The paddle rides in this loop right here. And this loop is just hard to deal with when you're trying to get it out. So I'm gonna come up with something better than that. Or maybe not better, but different, so it doesn't drive me insane. Seat's really comfortable. Kayak is really easy to stand on. If you're interested in getting a Hobie and you take care of your stuff, I highly recommend a Hobie Lynx. There's about 4 million YouTube videos doing complete walkthroughs. I'm not doing that. Have at it, look at it, check it out. Awesome video, or awesome kayak. Hopefully I got some footage of fish to put in the front of this. Alright, peace out. Alright, so we're out here on the pond. Dogs is barking because they ain't seen me out here once before. So I don't know if you can see there, I got the fish finder running. This pond average depth is about 7 foot. There's one deep hole that's 8 foot. And a lot of times I'll find the fish right around it. So while I get set up here, I'm gonna show you all what I'm fishing with. This rig here has a little bitty jigging spoon. Just like, looks like a piece of metal. But in the water, I'm gonna assume it looks like a shiner, because them crappie will straight thump it. I'll show you how I fish it in a little bit. Big red cooler out there is going to be what I put my fish in, because I'm going to eat some. This other rig is a slip bobber on a cork, or a little jig on a slip bobber. And I've never tried it in this pond, but we'll see what happens. I suspect it's going to look like a little bait fish, minnow under the water. So alright, so right now I'm out putzing, trying to find my marks here. What I'm looking for down here is a bait ball. A lot of times they'll be up here. I can probably drift right through them right now. There's something. Not what I'm looking for though. So we're 6 foot. Should fall off to 7 and then 8 right up here. I've got it marked off that fence post right there. That way I know where I'm at. So alright, so it just fell off to 7. So what I'm looking for is bait or marks of fish. While I do that, the cool thing about slip bobbers is you can set them for how deep you want them, and they'll kind of fish in that area, in that depth. I've got this one set for about 5 foot. For those of you that don't know, that's called a stopper knot. Your jig will go all the way down to where that knot hits the top of the bobber, and it stays at that depth. Yeah, I'm shooting for about 5 foot. Oh, right there, we got some fish. They're about 6 foot deep. So if I put this down there at 5 foot, it'll be just above their nose, and we'll see if they'll hit it. Electronics really makes crappie fishing a lot easier. Especially when they're not up shallow around structure. But let's see what happens here. The cool thing is I'm in a pond, so there really ain't too many places they could be. Weird. Weird. It's almost like they don't want to bite today. Jerks. Of course they don't, because I want to eat them. There's one. Just felt a little bitty tick. Another little one. Come on now. Another small one. I've been fishing. Well, I've been fishing for about 2 hours. And I've caught a bunch of fish, but all of them have been little. I got one keeper. He's up there in the cooler. I'm about to turn him loose because I ain't going to clean one fish. But I did manage to find the fish. I just couldn't get a big one to bite. They was 7 foot of water, suspended at about 5 foot, so pretty close to the bottom. Got a few hits on that jig, but everything I caught was on that little jigging spoon. So that's it for today. Let's see what we got. Oh, where you at, big boy? If you didn't know, in Louisiana you cannot use a stringer because alligators and turtles, and depending on where you're at in Louisiana, sharks. So you're best off just using a cooler. So that's what I do. Cooler with a frozen 2 liter in it, or a gallon milk jug, and just keep your catch that way. So I'm gonna make my way back over there and go home and adult and do something. I don't know. Kind of a depressing day. I wanted some crappie for lunch.